I'm not this thingy about not going in. I don't mind going in, but my wife does not want me to go in at all. She's very worried about me being out there in these streets
because she thinks.
Yeah, basically. I will say that on Twitter, I've been getting a Dettol surprise. It's almost like an advent calendar of Dettol surprises I'm having on a daily basis. So I went to go wash my hands. It had Dettol in the hand wash. I didn't know. I went to shower. There was Dettol in the shower.
You put Dettol in the shower?
There was Dettol in the shower. I was like, my eyes was bare. What's this? I said, what am I smelling of Dettol? I had to ask her, have you put Dettol in? And she said, yes. I said, you can't just be putting Dettol in things and not telling people you put Dettol in something.
She can. And you know why?
Nah, man.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, rodents and other small insects, welcome to another episode of the Eloquently Saying Nothing podcast. This is episode 244. Yes. Hashtag ESN pod to join in the conversation or get the conversation started. And at ESN podcast on all your social medias. Does it sound a bit quiet in here? Is it a bit hollow? Because there's no one here except your boy, Stavros Boss.
Get down.
And his brother.
What's good, people?
Big Walla.
We here, man. The last two unquarantined members, man.
You know what we ain't got?
Well, we hope we ain't got it.
Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real!
Yeah.
Coronavirus! Shit is real! Shit is getting real! Shit is real! Coronavirus!
Episode 244 in this bitches.
I thought there was nothing that would be more catchy than the one that Simple played last week.
But the other one.
Coronavirus, they're back. I've been screaming that all week.
Nah, man, this is the one. Alright, at ESN podcast on all your social medias. Join us, follow us, holler at us, and hashtag ESN pod to start or join the conversation.
It's a banger. It's a banger.
Hey.
Hold up.
Yeah, I am Stavros Boss. You can catch me at Stavros Boss everywhere. Beside me, across from me, or on the other side of me, I have my younger brother, Big Wahala.
At Big Walla, Insta, Big Walla on Twitter. It's good, people.
What? Alright, it's just the two of us. Boy, I can't even give you the dramas and sagas of the people that aren't here. It's long. It's very long.
Yeah, man. The sagas of Kalashnikov, boy.
All I know is Cuba is not good for some people.
Yeah.
It's not good for some people.
It's good for some. It's good for others.
Alright, okay, so where do we start? Alright, so shout out Mr. Wolf, shout out Simple Simon, and shout out Webslinger. They are not on the pod. I've sent out a beacon actually and see if somebody's gonna call, so we'll see if that actually happens.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with some of them. Some of them are self-quarantining or self-isolating. Others are just...
Yeah, there's a difference.
Yeah, because I've been had to write up some reports about that. Yeah, so self-isolating and quarantine is two different things. If you quarantine, that means you got it and you need to stay away from other people. And self-isolating means that you think that you have the symptoms, so you are self-isolating.
No, you don't have to have. You don't have to have the symptoms.
But you've been in contact with somebody that
not necessarily.
Why would you self-isolate then?
Because you are high risk.
Oh,
that's what the old people are doing. That's self-isolating.
Okay. Well, the old people I'm assuming are going mad in their houses at the moment.
Yeah, so they're saying that it's going to be a bunch of children or divorces in 9 months' time.
I've been saying that from the beginning.
Well, then fine, you as well.
I've been saying that from a long time ago because it's blatantly going to happen.
See, I've been going to work.
I've also been going to work.
We're like the two. I'm a key worker.
I don't know if I classify as a key worker, but to the business that I work for, I'm a key worker, so I'm there. Basically.
Well, yeah, the government said that, bruv, you stay with doing what you're doing. We need you.
But you're kind of isolated.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm not too worried. The missus is a key worker too.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. We both work for government, really. And
okay.
So in her case, I think what they're doing is because she can work from home. I like me. I can't work from home. She can. So I think they're rotating it. Her system, from what I'm gathering, she's saying that it's every 4 weeks she's gonna be in for 1 week.
They was talking about that in my workplace, but I don't know, man. I'm not this thingy about not going in. I don't mind going in, but my wife does not want me to go in at all.
Oh,
it's causing ruckus in the house. The fact I'm not pushing to be working from home. She's very worried about me being out there in these streets
because she thinks.
Yeah, basically, I was putting on Twitter the other day, but this woman has got into overdrive with the Dettol boy.
Yeah, I've noticed. Look, the WhatsApp groups. I don't know what it's been like for you guys out there, but for us, it's been peak. It's been very interesting. You can tell the people that are on high energy.
Yeah, man. The people that are very alert about what's going on, and then you got the men, basically. Because the men are not really discussing it too much about the cleaning stuff like that, boy. But trust me, I will say that on Twitter. I've been getting a Dettol surprise. It's almost like an advent calendar of Dettol surprises I'm having on a daily basis.
The house is not a problem in the house.
Yeah, but just for me to have it, I don't know what it is, but anyway, everything's got Dettol in it. So I went to go wash my hands. It had Dettol in the hand wash. I didn't know. I went to shower. There was Dettol in the shower.
You put Dettol in the shower.
There was Dettol in the shower. I said, but I was like, what's this? I said, what am I smelling of Dettol? I had to ask her, have you put Dettol in? And she said, yes. I said, you can't just be putting Dettol in things and not telling people you put Dettol in something.
She can, and you know why?
Nah, man. There was Dettol in the washing up. It was Dettol everywhere.
I went to see my friend, the Islamic one I was talking about that met the prince or whatever he is.
Okay.
And Megan. And I was telling her, this is just before it popped off. So it was before we recorded the last episode.
Okay.
And, as far as I'm concerned, before it went mad. Because it was around, but it wasn't like mad.
Yeah.
Well, because her husband wasn't he wasn't on it. He's been on high tension from before.
Oh, so he's been self-isolating and...
No.
But
okay, so he travels for work. He gets sent here and there and everywhere. He was in Turkey. They sent him home. So I don't know if it's because they sent him home from Turkey or maybe he saw something in another country that he wasn't happy with. But she was saying, listen, what? Because it was just me, her, and her sister, and the husband dropped off one of the children later on. And I was speaking to him. He didn't want to shake hands. He didn't want to do this. He's telling the daughter, "Wash your hands," because he didn't even want to come into the house. He's like, "Because I'm only dropping her before I go back to work. I don't want to come in the house." Telling his daughter, "Make sure you wash your hands. Don't do anything. Don't touch anything. Wash your hands." I'm like, what? It's a mazza. I'm like, brother, he's like, "Are you not scared? Are you not scared?" I said, "It is what it is, man." He's like, "No, I'm not playing around with this. I'm taking it seriously. I'm taking it seriously." I was like, okay.
Do you think you've taken this seriously?
Yeah, because, but the thing is, yes and no. Because I do what, right. So I've said it before, I'll say it again. I suck my thumb. Now, because I suck my thumb, when I was younger, my hygiene, it wasn't good. End of. As I've got older and I realized, hold on, this is a dirty thing you're doing in terms of the world is dirty. You need to be more hygienic because of your habit, your bad habit. So, I'm used to washing my hands very, very, very often. My daughter sucks her thumb as well, same thumb as me. And we had this conversation because she sucked her from this minute she got out of the womb. Remember, I delivered this girl. I delivered her and then she started sucking her thumb. So it was like a episode of The Simpsons. In the hospital, because she had to learn how to suck her thumb. It took her like a week or so to learn to suck it properly because she was putting her whole hand in, this hand, that hand, blah, blah, blah. And then she settled on her left thumb, like her dad, rather than her finger or this hand or whatever. And so my wife, who obviously doesn't like me sucking my thumb, but she's dealt with it. But she said, I'm not having my daughter suck her thumb. And I was like, I didn't like the bullying I got as a child. The pepper and the beats and the, whatever, just for sucking my thumb. Because for me, it's a completely natural thing.
They give you beats and pepper.
I didn't get the pepper. I might have got the pepper. I got beats
on there.
No, I got beats. Not beats as in go get me the stick, but
a smack.
Yeah, I got slapped. Smack, slap, whatever you want to call it.
Rightly so.
So if they saw me, it was a simple thing. If I was close enough, if they weren't close enough, they'd tell me about myself. But if they were close enough, they didn't say anything. So we had the discussion, and she's like, I don't want her to suck her thumb. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna be strong arming it. If you want to do it, then fine. That's you. I'm not gonna stop you from doing it if you don't want to.
So
do it.
you don't want to stop your daughter from having a bad habit that you know is bad.
I don't see it as a big deal. So,
but it's a bad habit. Are you ready to establish that? So
okay.
why would you?
But there's things that for me that are bad. Like I don't like. She could be impolite. So for instance, when she says "huh" instead of "pardon," I'll come down on like a ton of bricks. Because for me that's bad. Sucking your thumb is a bad habit because it's you call it dirty or whatever. It's not a crime.
Look, in this time of the coronavirus.
Yeah, but my point, anyways, to get to it is that I recorded her washing her hands the other day because it got to the point where my missus, even though she said she was gonna make a fuss about it, she never has. She's never really. So she sucks her thumb. But we taught her how to wash her hands from early. So she's 3 and more than 3.5 now. But she's been washing her hands for the past since she could stand up on the step and go to the sink. She's been washing her hands properly, and I taught her how to do it. So all of this, you have to do this, blah blah blah. Your nails. That's what I've taught her from a long time. This is how you wash your hands. So it's funny seeing people having to wash their hands when it's like my 3-year-old, when she was 2, was doing this by herself.
I'm hoping
she came in the house.
Yeah.
That's what she did. As soon as she came in the house, she had to wash her hands. She knows when we're walking the street, if she touches anything dirty, she can't suck her thumb. So she looks at me, and then she even asks, Daddy, can we go, so we'll be on the street. We'll be on road, because, I'm on road with my daughter all the time. And blah, blah, blah. She'll suck her thumb, maybe in the car, maybe we'll go on the tube. But the minute she touches something, she knows she can't suck her thumb anymore. So she asks, Daddy, can I wash my hands? We'll be on road. So she even asked, because I want to suck my thumb, I know I need to wash my hands. So this is my 3-year-old that knows you have to pattern it up before it can go anywhere near your mouth. She's free. Big people is like, I have to wash my hands.
I do hope that after this situation is done, that's the one thing that people do take from this situation, that how unclean you actually are.
I think people will.
You think so?
Yeah. Because like I said, when I wasn't super hygienic, once I started being, really washing my hands and all that stuff, you realize how dirty you are. And it's like, I didn't realize how dirty I was before. And now I'm doing it. You realize how dirty you are, and you continue up in it. Unless you're that way inclined where you feel, well, I know I was dirty. If you don't think you're dirty, that's fine. But if you knew you were dirty before, you knew you were picking up germs and X, Y, Z, and washing your hands is what kept you clean. And then when you don't have to do it because you're not going to die potentially from not doing it, you then just go back to being dirty again.
Yeah, because some people don't bath though. On a day-to-day basis, I think that is legitimately fine.
But the people that don't bath probably still not bathing. They're washing their hands and they're not bathing.
Maybe. You never know. It's true.
So they, as far as they're concerned, they don't think for them, when they say they don't bath, it's because they don't think they need to bath.
That's just mad to me anyway. It's a mad thing.
It's not because they want to be dirty. It's they feel, I only need to bath every 48 hours.
But I really do hope that people do take this from this advice and continue it going forward. So you think but the question I actually asked you is, do you think you'd be taking this seriously?
Okay, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, like I was saying, outside of, all right, yes and no. Because my everyday life in general hasn't changed much apart from the self-isolation thing to an extent. Because I am going to work, but I'm not, I haven't visited my parents in a week, and I have no intention of visiting them. I've told them if they need provisions. Did you actually go in the end?
Yeah.
I was very disappointed. If they need provisions, then I'll buy what they need, and then I'll get the key. I'll open the door. I'll leave it in the kitchen or whatever, and then I'll just go. I'm not going upstairs. I'm not bothering, because this is what I've been telling my father-in-law. I've been telling my wife's big people. I picked up some stuff from them. They're in their 70s. My wife's aunt and uncle, and I'm saying, because all of them is just want to go out.
Yep.
Yeah. It's my father-in-law he's told me. He's taking my advice. He even called me today and started laughing. He's like, no, I'm doing what you told me to do, because I dropped some stuff to him yesterday. Like, I'm doing what you told me to do. I don't know with these people, because they'll lie to you. Because the aunt said, I'm not going out. But this is on Saturday. I'm not going out, just tomorrow to church. I said, okay. But she likes paper.
But church is closed.
Well, she said, because she's Catholic, she like, the Catholic church don't close. She said the Church of England or whatever, one of their priests have told them that they one of the other denominations have said their one's closed. But us Catholics, we're hard body.
Well, they're not having services, I believe. I think you can go into the church, but there shouldn't be any services.
I'll message her tomorrow and see what she's saying. She's the queen of the forwards, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's bad. So I was there yesterday picking up some stuff that she had bought for her brother, i.e. my father-in-law. And
So you went to see them. How old are they?
they're both in their 70s.
So what did you do with them?
I stayed in another room,
Okay.
but I had to pick up the stuff. What do you want me to do?
That's what I did today. Anyway, go on.
No, but it's my parents. I can go to my parents' house, open the door. I remember I have a key. Open the door, leave the thing, and go. For me to go to she was upstairs. I told her don't come down, and she refused to not come down. She had packed all the stuff in the kitchen. Her daughter was there, and she's like, I don't know what is what. There was about 3 bags. She didn't know what was what. So the mum had to come down and say, this is for this is for that, blah blah. So she had no intention of not coming down.
See, but I don't. This is what I say. Where it gets a bit finicky, innit? Because if you live with your parents, how does this work?
Yeah, if you live with them, then you live with them. But and then you just keep to separate rooms.
Separate rooms, yeah.
But I don't live with them, so I don't have to.
Yeah. Well, what I did today is when we went in, we was only there for like even 10 minutes or something. So we went to a separate room. Because I know obviously that they haven't seen us for a while. So I threw the bag in after my wife dettoled the whole place down because she dettoled everywhere. And then dettoled even the gifts that we gave her and all of that stuff as well. And we just put it down and then we was in another room.
Oh, this is because we're recording on Mother's Day.
Yeah. So we was in a different room completely. And we were just talking from a different room. Even though our father was trying his best to try and antagonize us.
He's been going out.
I told him don't go out. He said we have to go out. I said you don't have to go out. You don't have to go out.
You didn't have to go there either. So for me, it's just what I was telling my dad and what I was telling my father-in-law and what I was telling my aunt is that if something happens to you for this, like you could be crossing the street and then a car hits you and you cry. You people are in your 70s. It could be 10 years time or whatever. You die from a heart attack or cancer or whatever, and we cry. But if you die because you caught coronavirus when you didn't have to, it's like I'll be so angry. I'll be so the rage that will be inside me. I don't know how I could control it because because you had to go shopping and you didn't. Because somebody came into the house and they didn't. For me, it's like as much as it's blowing up, it's gone mad. Yeah, it is actually in terms of like my aunts and my uncle, my dad, my father-in-law. It's actually to the point where you don't have to be in contact with it at all. It's bad that you have to stay in your house. It's like your own little prison, but you don't have to be in contact with it. So what is it? You've chosen to put yourself in danger.
Yeah.
And then it's like,
I don't know why. I don't know why. I said to him, what are you going to go and do?
Because I need eggs.
He said, they'll let people in one at a time. But they asked, as much as they're saying to social distance or whatever and quarantine, they still are opening the shops for old people to get their provisions. So,
yeah, because not everyone has children or
so
cousins
I don't know.
do it for them.
It's one of those situations where you can understand why somebody would obviously go stir crazy in their house.
Yeah.
But if you don't have to go out, you don't have to go out. Yeah, but I still think that if you're gonna drop the stuff there, you should still shout up to them and let them know that let's have some form of conversation with them. It's not gonna stop you. If you're in the house, you're in the house there now.
I can talk on the phone. For me,
yeah, but you're already in there now. So what's the difference? You don't have to go and see them. You just stay downstairs and chat.
What's the point?
Because you're there already.
Yeah, and then I can go and talk on the phone. If I'm not interacting with you, then what difference does it make?
The problem I've got with this situation is, I still don't think anybody 100% understand how they, like, as much as I read all this stuff, I still don't 100% know how people are catching it and how people are not catching it.
What do you mean?
Like, is it because people are, because they're saying to have social distancing, so that means stay a couple of meters away from somebody? Is it because somebody will spit on you?
Yeah.
So then,
but it's not spit. It's when you talk, stuff comes out of your mouth. So it can go into your mouth, your nose, your eyes.
So they're saying that anything within the air, particles, basically. There's
particles, and then it could be done by touch as well. So yes. So imagine let's make it nice and easy. So just imagine a bit of spit. It sounds disgusting, but just imagine a tiny glob of spit, but something you could actually see. So it comes out of your mouth, and then let's say you sneeze. It's on your hand. You rub your nose. You pick your nose, or you rub your eyes, and then it's gone inside. Bang, that's it, you got it.
Coronavirus.
All right, so or you sneeze, you don't cover yourself, or you don't cover it very well.
But that's you're sneezing and you're doing it to yourself.
Let me finish.
Okay, go on, sorry.
Okay, fine. You've got it, then you give it to somebody else.
Okay,
all right. So you sneeze, it's on the table. We're here, we have a table in front of us. Let's say you sneeze on the desk. I'd start touching the knobs. I've got it on my hand now. Maybe it will die within 6 hours or so. But within that, or 3 hours, who knows? But within that, I touch my nose, I touch my eye. I've got it too.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, I've been very
Or I could just cough it right into your face.
Yeah, that was the one that is worrying the most. I've been one of those ones that's been up and down, so a bit like you. So, because I'm still going to work, I'm still taking public transport to go to work as well.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you as well. Or are you driving in now? Because especially if they're locking off congestion charge and
I still would prefer.
I don't know if traffic wardens is even that now.
I would still prefer to take public transport because there's no one on it.
All right.
And this makes it easy. And I want to be able to walk to work.
See, I'm driving to work now.
I want to be able to walk to work and stuff like that. So I don't know, but because me and my missus have been arguing about this and how she wants me to be doing stuff, I might start driving just
Can you park where you work?
Now I can.
And how long will it take you to drive to work?
I don't know because everybody's driving. That's the point now. So all the people that drive to work regularly are saying it's taking them longer to get to work because everyone's driving now.
For me, that's a way of
limiting the.
Yeah. So, for instance, yeah. Anyway, so all right, that is one of the differences I'm doing. I am not taking public transport to work. I'm driving because, depending on traffic, it can take me between 15 and 40 minutes. It's such a mad gap in it to get to work. I can actually do it in about 12 minutes if there's literally no traffic and the lights is on my side. I can do it in about 11 to 12 minutes. But if it's just normal traffic and there's one road work somewhere, it's going to take me about 40 odd minutes.
Is there somewhere for you to park now?
Yeah, I can always park.
So why don't you always drive to work then?
Because I don't have to.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't have to. I'm cool. Because anyways, and I like taking public transport because I love being on my tablet. I love listening to podcasts. Well, I podcast when I'm driving, but when I'm taking public transport, I'm on a phone. I'm on Twitter. I'm watching a film or something, which I like doing. So I'd rather do that than drive. I don't actually like driving. You like driving. I don't like driving.
I don't like driving to work.
I don't like driving full stop.
I don't mind driving other places, but when it comes to work, I'd rather just, because I want to read stuff as well. I want to take my time. I don't want to have to think about the thing I'm doing. I just want to just go to work. And then I get off stations a lot earlier than I have to, and I walk. And I get my 10,000 steps that way. So I'm not even, so for me, it's like I can't go to the gym, and now I can't even walk. So it's making me feel even more claustrophobic. So
did you see that clip of, Richmond Park, I think it was?
What's that?
It's rammed.
Yes, I was saying this on the way to work now.
Bare bikers, bare people, and there's one, and you see there's a bit of one woman. She's like, "Can you look?" It's like, because clearly she's there in her running gear as well. So she came to the park to run, but she sees a bunch of people and they're chatting. All of them, they're either bikers. I can't remember when I say bikers, as in cyclists, or they have gym stuff, or them type things that people that actually run do. So, but they're talking, they're congregating, talking, and she's standing in the way. She's like, "Can you not stand so close to each other, please? They're going to close the parks. They're going to close the parks."
Yeah, I've been saying this as well. On the way to work now, as I said, I used to walk, and I still walk. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm debating it in my brain.
Just drive.
I don't want to drive.
Again, it's the same thing, because what they're saying is that, all right, first of all, let's talk about the chances of being harmed, injury, death. Now, what they're saying is that when you're very, very young, it's like a 0.06% chance of death. So it's like it seems to be the older you get, the more chance you have of death. And then if you have any underlying issues, asthma, sickle cell, lupus, something like that, something that's messing with your body anyways, then that raises the chance as well. But I've heard it's gone from sub 3 years old, which is 0.06% to 8% from a 7-year-old that's got, I don't know, whatever. So that, like, if you get it, then it's like an 8% chance that you're gone.
I'll see how it goes. I'll drive tomorrow anyway, in a couple of days. But I can't just keep driving. That's just going to cost me even more money. And I'm wasting the money I use for the truck.
You rich, man.
I'm not rich to be wasting money.
Get a better, more economical car.
I'm talking about I've already paid for my travel card.
You know, well, just to do the thing. I've been thinking about it once it kind of kicked off, somewhere between the last recording and this one, and the WhatsApp group, it's been going mad. And I was looking at it and I was like, all us mazes are talking about, finances.
Yeah.
But it's not, no one's talking about jobs. No one's talking about, my job.
I am. But I'm talking more like that to my wife. Because that's who's the person it concerns with, to be honest.
But you're not going to, as in losing the job.
Yeah. You don't know what can happen.
Okay.
You don't know what can happen.
All right. Okay.
Because I've been working really long hours for the past couple of weeks. And my missus is like, why are you doing that? I was like, because I don't know what's going to happen. And if shit goes down, I wanted to remember that I was there.
Are you sure you're not just, because of what happened, 6 months ago, wherever it
Yes.
is, you're worried?
Of course.
Yeah, but then that doesn't necessarily mean that it's a rational worry. It could be it's more of a...
A recession is coming, and the industry that I work in, when recession hits, people lose jobs.
Okay.
Simple things. So... yes, I could easily lose my job.
So they're not asking you to stay like late. You're like I'm on my P's and Q's.
No, I basically have to. Well, they're not saying you must stay late, but there's stuff that we need to get sorted.
Is it harder for you now than it was before?
Yeah, because everyone's doing different situations. I work in IT, and a lot of people are now having to work from home and all this type of stuff. So we need to make sure that they're able to do the things that they're able to do. And the industry that I work in, we don't make money. We lose money. We, as in IT, we don't make them any money. We cost them money. So
no, I disagree with that.
That's how the business sees it.
But if you're not there, then they can't run.
That's how the business sees it. Don't think about how you decide it in your logical brain. The business sees it as these people make us millions of pounds. You people cost us millions of pounds. They don't see it as without you, these lot can't work. That's not how they see it. They look at it in those ways. You cost money, you make money.
All right, doesn't make sense to me.
Well, that's how it works. So I don't know, but I'm trying my best to just make sure I'm on my P's and Q's, and I'm working hard. But
I'll take it back then. Maybe it's because we're a bunch of lads. We're not discussing it, but I'm
discussing it, man. My missus is not happy the way because obviously she wants me to be at home, and I'm like, I'm not gonna be the first one to be telling anybody I'm gonna work from home very much. If they ask me to do it, then fair enough. But I'm not running out of my way to go and ask them so they could be looking at me like, oh, so
has anyone else in your department asked to work from home?
I don't know if they've asked. Everyone's making a discussion about it because we're like, the government's telling people to work from home. You are not telling us to work from home. Like, so what is the situation? What is the deal? And they're basically saying that some people need to be in, some people don't. So a bit like your wife. So I think they at some point they might start doing this. Some people stay at home for work from home, and other people come in the office and back and forth. But I don't know.
I think because with my wife's one is customer facing. Like part of her job. So I think 1 week a month she has to deal with punters. The rest of the time she's upstairs doing it in the office. But then for 1 week she has to deal with people that are coming to the council saying they want X, Y, and Z. So I think it's like when that's your week, you still have to come in because the doors are still open. People are still gonna say they need X, Y, Z. Somebody needs to be there. We can't just close down government. Full stop.
Well, we kind of have this. Even though we work for one company, our users are like our clients, isn't it? So we need to make sure that they're able to do the things that they need to do. There's a lot of palaver going on with this situation. No one really knows what's going on.
Palaver.
And because we're a global company as well, you have to align what you're doing in one region with the same that they're doing in other regions and stuff like that. It's a stressful thing, man. But what I've seen to be finding is that any little thing now, as much as I don't openly worry about coronavirus, like I'm not out there worrying about coronavirus, if my like the moment my neck is hurting me, but I know my neck is hurting me because I went to the gym and I did this at the gym. But now I'm wondering, is my neck hurting me because of coronavirus? When I swallow a bit hard and I'm thinking my throat's hurting me, it's a little bit. Is it because of corona or is it because I'm swallowing a bit hard? Have I got phlegm in my mouth? Is it because of corona? Or is it?
I'm the same.
Yeah, it's not. I'm not going out of my way openly like worried about coronavirus, but I'm worried if something happens, I'm now deciding whether or not is it coronavirus or is it just me being, overly, skeptical. Like let's talk about Simple. Simple is not here because he believes he's got a code, but because he has to obviously take into consideration, it could be coronavirus. He's like, I'm not even going to bother because, I don't know.
See, okay,
he's not the type of guy that I would expect to do that. Do you know what I mean? So
no, because especially with what you were saying about guests. While I just said you don't want any guests in the pod, you don't want anyone that we don't know around us. Like, stay away. So for me, it's the same thing. He's actually got a cough. You're worried about people that you don't know that could be perfectly fine. The one that said I've got a cough. Yes, of course, stay away.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that about the guest thing is because it's for me. Us doing this podcast, I'm assuming that you said that your people are not necessarily worried about it.
As in my wife?
Yeah. It
could be worse. Let's put it that way.
All right. So, but I'm saying these are the type of things that, for me, as a person that's a married person, I'm to help alleviate certain situations. As I said, my wife hasn't made a big deal about this, about us doing the podcast, so she just almost assumes that we're just going to do it. But if I then start saying I'm going to have all these people coming and stuff like that, when we're supposed to be social distancing, I just think to myself, we don't have to have guests. We don't have to. So if we're going to try and at least adhere to what they're asking us to say, if you're not going to your parents' house, if you're not doing all of this stuff there, why am I not bringing?
That's for their benefit.
Why am I not bringing guests? It doesn't make sense to me. We don't have to have guests. In this period of time, we can do without guests. When the quarantine is over, or the self-isolation is over, you bring guests.
That's fine. That's fine.
It just makes sense to me. When you lot argue, you personally seemed like you was asking me what do I mean about that. I was just thinking, I don't understand why you would even think, what do I mean?
Let me ask you a question then. What is worse? You that has potentially got coronavirus, showing no symptoms at all because you're a healthy man, right? Going to mommy and daddy's house, or a guest coming here that potentially has symptoms.
This one is worse because we're going to be in much more close proximity than the one I just went to. As I said, I didn't go to. It will be exactly the same as you dropping off the thing. We was not in the same room with them. We went in with the Dettol, the wipes. We wiped down the whole place. We wiped down everywhere. We didn't touch anything. As far as I'm concerned, that one is much more less risky than than having somebody sit right next to me or sit, because we're going to be in close proximity.
We don't have to be like we can.
No, we can distance, but then people will come in the same way. We're going to be walking around each other still. You've been walking around me. I'll be walking around you. We don't have to, but we've still been doing it.
Yeah.
So I think to myself, and I trust. The only reason I'm doing this with you is because I trust you. I go to do with trust. What it is, because if you felt that you had any of the symptoms, if you felt you had,
there are people that don't have symptoms.
Yeah, but there's people that do have symptoms and they're still going out and they're still doing things. There's people that have come into places like my office and we've had to shut down certain people because they've come back from. Everybody's worried, isn't it? They've come back from certain places and decided that they need to work from home. Or whatever, because they don't want to be the person that's not working or not making money. They've come into the office like, I need a laptop. I've been in contact I've been to these particular countries where they say you shouldn't go, and I'm not. And this is exact speech that they are giving people. I have just come back from Italy. I know I shouldn't be here, but I need my laptop because I need to work. Bang. Now everybody's worried that it has to be that's been around this person. If
somebody around me says, you know what? I understand like this racism now. I understand it. No, I've always understood racism, but I understand it on a different flex now. Like irrational racism, because I believe there's there's like kind of rational racism or logical racism. You are different than me, and because you're different than me, I look at you differently. And when I look at you differently, that is like the seed of racism. But this is the irrational one is. Because you are from there, there's an issue that you have that I don't have, or there's something you can do to me that or whatever. So the minute somebody says, I was in Italy, I'm gone. I ain't talking to you anymore. Because I know what happened in Africa is from all you Italians going over there and have spread it in Africa now. Yep. If it was not for the outsiders going to, I know, don't get me wrong, because it doesn't make any sense. It started off in one place and it spread out throughout the world. Calm, cool, understood.
It don't make sense.
Because it happened so late in Africa. It happened so late comparatively to when it first started. And to when it started in Europe and America, it was so far after. And then the cases were so small. It's just annoying because it's like they could have locked the borders. They could have stopped it. So whereas in China they don't know where it came from. China. And in Europe, like they don't know where patient zero is from. But Africa, we know patient zero is from Italy in North Africa. We know patient zero from Nigeria came from Italy. We know patient zero from this country came from Italy. We know patient zero from this country came from France. So it's like, it's annoying me.
What I don't understand
it is annoying.
Yeah, Hong Kong is right next to China. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So China's got at the moment.
Hong Kong is in. Listen.
Right. So they've got 81,054 cases.
Yeah.
Right in China.
Well, they've had it. Yeah.
In Hong Kong, which is next to it, 317.
Yeah. They patted themselves up quickly.
They said this is a good reason for us to now hate you. Don't come to our point. Our point.
For people that don't know actually what happens in originally in China. Somebody in this Wuhan province, he had some patients that and they all exhibiting this thing, and I think he sent an email around to his colleagues, to his fellow practitioners, saying, you know, something's going on. Keep a check out for this because this is something new. I haven't noticed this before. And then I think he spoke to the government. They arrested him.
Right.
So they like, keep your mouth closed. Don't spread no
Propaganda.
Yeah, we don't want this drama. Obviously, the man died in the end, as well. The doctor died.
Coronavirus?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, because he caught it from his patients, isn't it?
Oh man.
So it was in China for weeks before they did anything about it, because they were trying to hold it down in terms of not let's sort it out, in terms of let's pretend this doesn't exist, because China's got this thing about they don't want the outside world knowing anything. So for instance, anybody that knows anything to do with China is like their numbers are fixed. It's not like it's like saying any Nigerian, oh, do you think somebody did bribery? It's like we don't even. It's not, for better or for worse, we don't even question it. It's just how much bribery did they do if they got to that situation. It's the same with China and fixing X, Y, and Z. It's not a question of if they did it. So people are just like, well, whatever number they're flipping out, okay, whatever. So China's saying now they've had 0 cases. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thumbs up. And we're pretty sure that the cases have gone down. That's cool. We are agreeing maybe with the curve that they've reached the summit and they've come down.
Yeah.
But
0?
No cases? Nah, like, yeah, whatever.
0?
Whatever.
And you see them having the propaganda of them taking off their masks now, the doctors and stuff
exactly. Because what footage did you see before? The only footage you see of things before was coming from phones.
Yeah.
Now that it's all peak, everyone's happy. All of a sudden it's high quality 4K vision.
Not only that now, because of the upturn of them now, patients being in recovery, because obviously they had so many patients that had it. Now they're all in recovery. That now they're dealing with the economy in it. So they're now going around making sure the economy is going up. Their economy is rising, because everyone else is having the problems, and they're looking like they're in the up scale, and the economy is now getting better. It's all propaganda now. Everyone's using this as a weapon of choice, isn't it? I don't know what America's doing. America seems to be on a mad thing as normal, but Trump's going to be on a mad thing.
Trump is just not dealing with it well. I didn't have any issue with him saying that they want people not coming into the country,
Well,
because
no one should have an issue with people saying that.
A lot of people are saying that's a nonsense.
Why would you, when most other people are trying to close their borders, this is the one time where you could say, yeah, it's legitimate now, we should close our borders.
Yeah, because
unless you are an American citizen.
What they're saying is that it's inside anyways. So it's not about people bringing it in, it's there.
It's there, but you don't need to bring it further. As you just said about Africa, if they close their borders off.
Which is why I don't disagree. But a lot of people are saying they disagree with the idea of closing. Like I said, I don't. And to be honest, then people have all shut up since other people are doing it now.
Exactly. And
it seems like it doesn't matter what Trump does, the people are just going to be upset with him. They're going to find a way to be upset. I think
with America, the reason why people are more probably skeptical or more thinky is because they probably thought at the time, especially when it all started, that people might think, you could just test the people that's coming in. Why don't we just test them? But because they have got a test, but they don't seem to be administering.
But they weren't doing it. So apparently it's the same here. There's people, apparently they're going to third world countries, and when they get off the plane in somewhere in Africa, they're getting tested.
Yeah, quarantined straight.
And quarantines. So Ghana's now closed borders. So Ghana was nobody but Ghanaian citizens. And then, I think it was this weekend, it's like, just nobody. Full stop.
Yeah, one of my boys his mum's in Ghana. I told her, I was speaking to him, 52 weeks later, he's saying that his mum's in Ghana.
Stay there.
That's what I said. Tell her to stay. Apparently, she wants to come back. I said, tell her to stay.
You stay there.
Stay there, because at the moment, that is more safe than here.
Yeah.
Stay there.
Their cases is like sub 100. Like, there's nowhere in Africa where
they're 20. I just looked at it now. They're 23. Yeah. Nigeria's 30.
It's South Africa the worst.
South Africa's got the worst.
Is the worst in Africa.
But then with South Africa, because they've got other diseases and stuff like that. Again, I'm skeptical of the numbers of people.
Wow.
No, but they have like a high rating of things like HIV and stuff like that. So
the thing with them is because they're further along in their medical side that they can test more. Sometimes it's not necessarily you even have more. It's just you're testing better. You tested 1,000 people and you say you have 10 cases, and these people have tested 100 people and they say they got 1 cases.
Do you believe that everyone that they believe has died from coronavirus has actually died from coronavirus?
I'm not 200% sure how you die of it, because I know it deals with your respiratory stuff. Like it's almost like what's that thing that people say? Like when your lungs fill with water and whatnot. It's that kind of thing. I can't remember what it is. That's gonna annoy me now. But it's on Netflix, I think. But because I haven't studied it, I haven't read up on it, I haven't listened to anything. So I know it's on Netflix. So I guess the point is, if you have asthma and then you die from respiratory issues complicated because of corona, then it's coronavirus. Because if you didn't have corona, you wouldn't have died. But you were on the edge anyways.
My thing with this is that at times I think like some of this could have just be flu, because at times people do not understand, and because people get the cold and flu very mixed up. Flu kills people often, and flu, when you have proper flu, is no joke. Like sometimes you get the normal, like you might get a mild flu. When you get proper strong hardcore flu, you are unable to move. It incapacitates you. So some of this might just be normal flu. Some of it might just be obviously the corona. And I'm still wondering, is swine flu still around? Has that just gone? Is that now suddenly just gone in the dust and no one knows about the swine flu?
Man wants to bring up swine flu.
Swine flu
bird
was
flu.
That was dangerous.
Cow disease.
That was dangerous. Swine flu was more dangerous than this, they said.
It's all the same. And so was what's the one from
SARS?
But it's kind of like the mad thing is, if it's more deadly, it's easier to contain. It's easier to deal with, because if, let's say, I have the disease and it's 1 in 5 person dies and you die within a week or 2 weeks, and then I give it to you and then you give it to blah, blah, blah. It get to the point where it's like, unless you're going into a field in a festival and touching and coughing on everyone, you will be dead before you pass it on to enough people. It dies. The problematic and scary thing about this is not only are you holding it for so long before you may show symptoms, you may not show any symptoms at all. So you could be a holder of it, pass it on to somebody else, and just like you said, you're chilling.
They need to make home kits. That needs to be what they need to do, man.
Yeah.
But people are still going to lie. Because I was saying to this, who was I saying this to the other day? Oh, because we were talking about, at work, we were talking about new starters that are potentially would come into the office. And we were saying, you know, like if you're a new starter and you're starting a new job, and in this current climate where you know that people are losing jobs and you think you got the symptoms, you're not going to tell them that you got the symptoms. You're going to lie and you're going to come into work because you don't want to be seen to not come into work, and then suddenly they've got a reason to tell you not to come, or they've got a reason to just get rid of you and say, you know what, sorry, we know we offered you a role, but at this present moment in time, there's a situation, so this role is gone. So you're going to come into work. Well, there is bare people going to blatantly just ignore these symptoms that they've got because they feel like they have to come into work.
This is why the government has put into plans to fair dues, they've done a decent amount to try and alleviate those kind of problems, where we'll pay up to 80% of the wages. This is the first time ever I think the government's ever done this, where they've said they'll pay wages for private, public, like workers. Like, we'll pay your wages. Tell them to stay at home. Up to 80% and up to 2,500 a month. That's a mess. I mean, that's
2.5 or 3.5.
2,500 a month. Up to 80%. So if you earn more, it's like if you earn, I can't do the math, but if you earn $3,000 a month, or whatever, then you might
lose out at 500.
Something like that.
But then telling people to hold their mortgages and rents and whatever.
Yeah, and then there's the audit. So if you are a landlord, then your buy to let mortgage frozen for 3 months. If you pay a mortgage frozen for 3 months. If you
is that everyone?
Yeah,
do you have to make a claim for it?
Yeah, I think it's if you earn. No, I think stop asking me questions.
No, because the reason why I'm saying is because obviously this could affect me. I don't even know, and I don't really. I'd rather just pay it because I don't want to even backdate it.
You don't. Yeah, you can. If you want to pay it, then pay it.
Yeah, okay. Because and I just don't want it to be sneaking up and I'm thinking I got money.
Because it's for those of you who don't know, is if you're hearing this for the first time, it's frozen. It's not that. It's waived. It's frozen.
Yeah, exactly. So you're gonna pay that. You're gonna pay that money.
What they're saying is they'll add it on to the end, like the very end of your
of the mortgage.
Your mortgage. So if it's a 20-year mortgage, it's adding the next 3 months or whatever it is to the end of your 20-year mortgage. But because of compound, you end up paying your mortgage for longer. So
exactly.
It would be instead of 20 years, it'll be 20 years and 8 months or something like that. Who knows? So stuff like that. So they're trying.
The interest rates has gone down to 1%, isn't it?
0.01.
Yeah, I wish I could redo my mortgage right now.
And this is the thing, because I might as well go into my house thing now, because we got the mortgage in principle, innit? And so I don't want to go back because I can't remember what I did after because my credit score is peaking. It's wonderful. Peak is the wrong word. I need to learn to use these words correctly. My credit score was high up it was 99 something or 98 something. And then the missus was up there as well. So we're both close to perfect credit score. And then we got our mortgage. But then as soon as we got our mortgage in principle, I did something. I can't even remember what it was. but I don't know if I missed a payment by mistake and then I had to call up or something happened. But for some reason, I think that my credit has gone down.
Oh, have you looked at it?
No. Because I had the free thing before with Barclaycard in there. And when they took it away, I just haven't even bothered to look anywhere else.
Okay.
So, I don't want to go back and then start asking for a next thing, even now with the credit going down, because the rate that we got in principle was all right, but it wasn't as good as any of you man's.
Yeah,
and,
but the reason...
and it could be better. Well, obviously now it could be better because I got it when it was 0.75%. Now it's 0.01. Like, damn.
I wish I could redo my mortgage, but because I the thing that we was all worried about was Brexit, which it's not even a problem anymore. Brexit is not the issue anymore. Brexit is not even being spoken about now.
Life comes at you fast, man.
Brexit is not even. In fact, people are now saying close the borders, close them off, because obviously now because of this situation. But I don't know, man. It's just. I don't know.
So okay, for me, the reason I brought up the WhatsApp group before, so I'm going to leave you out of it, is I just thought everything was just gravy. I thought I'm in the circle now of people that are not, we're just not worried. I know your missus might have to close work and whatever, and I don't know what kind of money that they I know they're trying to do things for bigger companies.
No,
but for smaller companies, I don't know what they're doing.
They're doing something for them as well, but she's trying to find out about it. But at the moment, she's not 100% sure. Because of the fact that they're telling you that they're gonna tell you, like, for one, they say don't call them, they're gonna call you, and you're just like, like
because I haven't sorted it out yet.
And then other stuff like, oh, we're gonna get back to you, blah blah blah. It's just one long big palaver, bro.
Nobody like you could. This is something you could never foreseen.
It is so left field,
and you know I've said that actually, but I was just talking to a colleague and Inferno. The Dan Brown book.
Yeah. Very good book. I love that book.
Yep. Very good book that had something like this in it. The film that I recommended on Stavros Says last week, Contagion. Have you seen it yet?
No.
Brother. Because the thing with that film is, I said nobody could have assumed this. And then I slapped myself in my head and I said, but this film, it's got it down to a T. Even up to the using terms like social distancing or whatever it is. They use that in the film.
Because it must be something that obviously they've been talking about.
Yes, they've known about it, that this, like, is due to happen. Like, we're overdue. We're overdue something like this happening. Especially with planes and how people move from left to right. Like, we've been lucky. Like, this was due to happen. So, these things mutate all the time. There's new viruses popping up all the time. It's just, they're not that dangerous, or they're so dangerous that they kill you. It's almost like they die out because they kill the host. They don't spread fast enough. And then that's it. Some little village somewhere dies off and that's it. It's done.
Or it's somewhere they don't care about. It's because it's hitting I don't know. How many reckon I'm going to ask a question. I want you to, stay with me on this one.
Yeah.
How many celebrities do you think is lying that they've got coronavirus?
I don't care. I don't watch that stuff. You know me.
Do you reckon that some people are just doing it for publicity stunts? It's a good thing to come out now. I'm surprised you ain't seen somebody like Weinstein say, I've got it in prison. They need to release me.
There are people out there that are unscrupulous and they need the attention or whatever it is they want from saying something like that. So it could happen, but if you get caught out, that's it's not a good look. So Idris's wife has got it now as well, yeah?
Yeah, but we done know. She was standing right next to him when he was saying that he had
when
it.
People, like, for me, so Idris has coronavirus for the one person in the world that doesn't know, or the one listener that doesn't know. So Idris Elba did his YouTube video, his Insta video, wherever it was, and said, I got tested.
And this is when black people started taking it serious.
For Shazam. I got tested, I have the coronavirus, and his missus was standing behind him. So I was thinking, why are you in the room when he's got it? Like, he's got it now, stay away.
But she's really, see her in her head, she's got it, man. In her head, she's got it.
Like, I've been pumping him every night. I got it.
I got to have this virus.
But, that's all I thought. And then I just let him say, like, what you thought kind of crossed my mind. Maybe she thinks, we've been around for the past 2 weeks. The reason he got tested was because he was with somebody that was confirmed. I don't know. I'm hypothetical. I know he said it is actually the case that somebody that has it, I was around them. So that's why I got the test. I just don't know how long it was, but he could be like, the last time I was with him was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. And, he's now confirmed that he's got it. So if it was 2 weeks ago that he's been around the dude and I'm living in the same house with him, banging him every night, sharing fork and knife and spoon with him, I've got it as well. It's like, there's no way I don't have it. So there's no point even distancing myself now. I've got it. So maybe that's what maybe that thought crossed my mind. That's what she thought. So, okay, cool. But why were women hating on the fact that she was standing around him?
Because people don't like the fact that she's married to Idris Elba in the first place. That's why.
The remarks I got, like the viciousness towards his wife.
She's the one that gave it to him.
It's like, it's because my missus is a Idris fan. She likes what she likes, and clearly we have similarities. So she likes Idris, and her friend sent her one meme where somebody's like, "Is this you trying to resuscitate Idris?" And it's a woman with a man, and she's basically like trying to resuscitate his penis. And she sent it to me, and she said, "Sorry." I'm like, "Why are you saying sorry?" She's like, "Because there's a bit of filth in it that my friend sent." I said, "It's alright, man." I said, "But you don't know what us man is doing in the group, boy."
In the group chat.
You don't have to apologize for that. That wasn't even you. That's your friend sent it to you. But I said, "Okay, so that's what your friends are sending you, yeah?" That's what
your own wife.
Anyways. The thing is, I'm gonna assume everyone's gonna talk about coronavirus. I didn't want to monopolize the conversation.
Okay.
With corona. So let's do a little interlude. Before we move on, I haven't forgotten about my song. So let's do that now.
Oh.
So this is Dennis Edwards. Did anyone ever know the name?
Probably. People that was around the time.
Yeah, not people our age. But you know the song. Don't Look Any Further by Dennis Edwards. He's got the perm. Oh, in the video, he looks like Bobby Brown, innit? On crack. Do you remember the video?
No.
Watch the video. You listeners, watch the video of man singing don't, whatever. And he clearly has the Bobby Brown jaw. He's on that crack.
Someone to count on in a world of a change. Here I am, stop where you stand. What you need is a love, a man to take over. Oh girl, don't look any further. Strange, when you think of the chances.
Yeah. How many times has that been sampled?
It is a big sample.
Too cruel to be careless. Lyrics. Alright. Okay. I've got this clip to play from a podcast I was listening to. It's about Sam Zell. Have you heard of him before? Or Zell?
Doesn't sound like somebody that I can.
He's a multi-billionaire, so he's like one of the richest. I guess he'd be in like the top, I don't know, maybe 500 richest people in the world or something like that.
Let me have a quick look.
And he's in properties, so he's a property man. And so it's this podcast, and they were talking about him.
Sam Zell.
Yeah, ZELL. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard of him.
I hadn't either.
His face is recognizable though. I know his face.
So he was talking about the man's talking about his history, how he started making money, you know, blah 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 blah. I think he's in his 70s. He started making money from early, so he was a millionaire like before he left school. So he was like a Zuckerberg from before he left college. He was a millionaire already.
Million. Okay.
So he was talking, humble guy, but you know, a lot of these people, once they've made their billions, they become sage. Like a lot of them, it just for whatever reason, money often comes with some sort of intelligence, even if they're. And I know that people say you can't become a billionaire without exploiting people, but it seems with him it's more like he just buys and sells. So that's what he's doing. Anyways, it got to the point in the podcast where it's like there's a lot of similarities with the way he thinks and the way I think. Not the way he works and the way I work. I don't work the way he works, but the way he thinks and the way I think. And some of the things he does, like for instance, later in the podcast, he mentions holidays and he says, or vacations. He's like, well, he said, I travel all the time. Like he said, in my plane, not the plane, in my plane, I travel 1,000 hours, a year or whatever. He said the normal CEO travels 250 hours a year because I love going and seeing things. But when I go on he said, well, it's not a vacation because I can't sit on the beach. He said, I have to do things. I'm going to other countries to see things. I'm not going there just to sit around. I'm thinking that's the same as me. And he was saying this and that is the same as me. But there's this one thing he said that I'm going to play for you now. And, although he was talking about business, he was talking about somebody, let's say a mentor, somebody that was older than him, somebody that, even though he was a millionaire at the time, somebody that he learned from, and it was about business stuff. And I took that and I changed it into, this is how I feel about dating and relationships. So listen to this and see if you can figure out how it comes.
What did you learn from him about risk?
Boy, I'm not sure I know where to start, but I think it ends with the fact that you had to be realistic. You had to be able to look at it and say, what could go wrong? You know, if I learned anything from him, I learned that everything, if it went too well, you could survive. The only time you couldn't survive is if it didn't go so well. So focusing on the upside was interesting, but not productive. Focusing on the downside was what risk was all about. And to the extent that you could quantify the downside, to the extent that you understood what the risk it was you were taking, your chances of survival were much better. I think the key ingredient of that is focusing on what is the risk you're taking. I think a lot of people get in a lot of trouble because they do a transaction and they don't understand what the risk they're assuming is when they do the transaction. And what he taught me more than anything else was look at the deal and figure out where is the vulnerability? Where is the assumption you've made that has to be right in order for the deal to work? And we were working on a deal in 1969, and it was very complex. And I put together a very complex presentation and sat down with him, and it took me 25 minutes to explain how we were going to do this and do that and do this and do that. And at the end, he looked at me and he said, well, step 7 is the only step that's really relevant. That's where the risk is. If you can satisfy yourself that step 7, in this case, it was a multi-use complex, and the risk really was, could you release the office space? If you could lease the office space, everything else worked. So all the other things that I did to mitigate this, they're all irrelevant. Only real issue was, could you or could you not rent the office space?
I think there's a bit more that curve actually, but I didn't want you to start shouting at me. When I give advice to people about dating, because you know I say I'm a dating expert, advice expert, I always say, look at the worst things. Don't bother looking at the good things, because you know the good things will come or go, whatever. It almost makes no difference. Like if it's good, it's good, innit? It's all right. Bless, thumbs up. But it's the bad things that are gonna crumble the relationship at some point, whether it's near or far. So you need to focus on those and learn to overcome those. And I think he put it in a way that I said, yeah, this is the same thing, but he's lacking in it to business. And I've never thought about it in a business sense before. Maybe because I'm not an entrepreneur. I don't do things outside of ESN. I don't really do things business on that flex. It's not me. But it's good to know that you can take those skills and transfer it into business if I ever do go down that road, because that is how I think. I understand in my relationship, and when it comes to finances at home, whether it's a mortgage or paying this or that bill, I am on that flex. I'm dealing with the worst case scenario. And once you kind of can concrete over the worst case scenario, then it's almost like I put my feet up. So even with this corona thing, and if I couldn't work, I've said on the podcast numerous times that you should, as an adult who's working, you should have 3 to 6 month backup money. That's what you should have in a bank somewhere. It's not in no high risk, not ISA that you can't take the money out of, or high risk thing that's fluctuating up and down. It could be just a deggy account. But the point is that it's there, and if you need it, you can take it out easily. Not that you have to wait a month or something like that. That's what you should have if you can afford to do that. Not everyone can afford to do it. Now, I haven't done that in my life because I'm clearing debt. The minute I clear debt, I'm looking to have my 3 to 6 months. But what I have done is that my wife and I we've basically separated the bills in the house. And the biggest bill that she does is the mortgage. And the biggest bill that I do is the school fund for the little one. And the balance is out. It's more about the same. Now, I realized that if I couldn't go to work after this, because I haven't really thought, I'd never really looked at it before. I've always just been upset that I haven't collected this 3 to 6 months wage. But I realized all the bills that I pay, I'm in credit, including the school fees. I don't actually have to pay any bill apart from the Sky one because it's gone up so high. Because I want to cancel it when we move. So I've just kind of let it go up. It was about half of what we're paying now and it's gone up, and I've just started, just leave it, and once we move, I'll cancel it. But I want to move first. But every other bill I've got, I'm in credit by about 3 to 6 months. Like my phone bill, I'm in credit for like maybe 7 months, 8 months, and I still pay every month. So I realized I don't have to work, and my bills is still going to get paid. Even the baby nursery, which is stupid expensive.
Well, I heard that they're making people pay full price for during this particular situation.
Our one, we don't have to pay.
You don't have to pay, but you don't have to pay anyway, do you?
Yes. What do you mean? I just told you how expensive it is. This is stupid money I'm paying for that thing. But I'm fortunate enough that how can I put it? Because the wife and I are both key workers. They've said, right, they've closed him because of obviously Boris has said the schools you should close. But if you're a key worker, let us know, because part of the things that Boris has said is that doctors, nurses, people that work in oil, certain industries, people that are going to be making the whatever that we need for as a country, we need you to go to work. If you have children, your children need to go into school. So
yeah, which is I thought automatic, but still.
So the schools are asking who's a key worker out of the people that we've sent home. Maybe it's 10%. So they'll keep 10% of the teachers, open up 10% of the classrooms. I don't know how they're gonna fix it, but at my nursery, they've sent an email saying we're closed. Are you a key worker? So once we tell them, yeah, we both key workers and whatever, because I know I'm working. I don't see them stopping where I work. I can't see that happening. And it's not happening. And my missus, like I just said, they've already they sorted it out, and they said, this is how we're doing it. Most of the time people can work from home, but unfortunately the council can't close. So you have to come in and deal with us. So that's it. So you just have to come in 1 week a month or whatever. It's not what you want, but whatever. Same as people like Tesco can't close.
That's mad, you know.
That's key workers now. All of a sudden,
for them.
Can you imagine? Man that's stuck in shelf. You're a key worker now.
I went there the other day, and some of them are wearing gloves, some of them are not. I'm like, you need to make this a uniform thing, man. I mean, you wear gloves, you don't. You shouldn't make it a case that some people are allowed to wear gloves and some people don't wear gloves. You wear gloves or you don't.
But people are running out of this stuff. They're running out.
The other day we was looking at hand wash, where hand wash is gone peak, like the sanitizers, like in bulk, big money. It's a mad thing.
Yeah, I went out to buy my own. Was it liquid alcohol or alcohol? She told me to get alcohol or something kind of.
The one that you use for your head.
I don't know, but it's apparently yeah, something.
It's rubbing alcohol. It usually costs £2.69 or something like that.
Well, boy, the one I was looking at was £7.
Boy, that's triple the price.
But everywhere else, yeah, it's sold out. It's sold out. It's mad.
People are going to remember these shops that I was taking the piss during this situation. They're going to remember them.
Okay, I don't have an issue with these people, you know.
I have an issue with some of them. Because I don't have an issue with if something costs £4 and you're now making it £6. I have no issue with that. Or even £4, you're making it £70. Somebody was selling Dettol in one of the shops for £20 for something that costs $2.99.
You know what? There is one side of looking at it, which is probably wrong now that I'm thinking about it. But because my missus was out, she came home, and unlike me, that was a bit of a mazza. But let's say the £4 to £7 thing, I would just buy it. She won't. So she came home and it was something along those lines. She's like, they've like raised the price by 80%. Like, I'm not doing it. And I said, just buy it. She's like, no. And I said, well, there you go, because we had one of those at home. We had 2 of them at home. We didn't, like, in a few months' time we might need it. But today, very now, we didn't need it. So I said, maybe that's the point. You raise the price so that the people that don't actually have to have it. Because if she had to have it, then she would have bought it. But you didn't have to have it, so you left it. So I said, there's somebody else that has to have it. And it's like, well, I have to pay the £7. I'll get it.
Well, there was it?
So it's a deterrent for people that are just hoarding, basically.
No, it's not. But there was one person that did do that, though. I don't know if did I send it to you or did somebody send it to me? I can't remember. No. I think it's in Holland or something, where there was a shop that had hand sanitizers. If you wanted to buy one hand sanitizer, it was like £1.50, whatever their money was. Yeah. If you wanted to buy 2, it was £150.
Legend.
And then they said to them, so you make the decision whether or not you want to have to buy 15 of them or not. So basically, that was them deterring people from taking too many.
That makes sense.
So if you want to buy the 2, that's fine. You're gonna pay £150 for it. But if you're gonna just buy one and take only one, then you pay £150. But in the end, you could just tell them they can only have one. You didn't have to really do all of that. But I suppose it makes people make sense when they see it like that.
Yeah, I like that way better than just one per customer in a small shop. If it was obviously a Tesco or Sainsbury's, you obviously can't do that because some rich man will just, I'm fine. I'll do it. But, and obviously you couldn't do it anyways in big shop, you get in trouble. But you saw the thing with, what's his name? The Putin.
No.
There's a video of Putin. Now, here's the thing, unfortunately, I don't speak Russian. So maybe the subtitles it could be one of these fake news. Oof. But basically somebody's at the table, he's having this meeting and somebody's saying basically this. There are people that are, raising the prices illegally of goods because you can't do this legally. It's you're not allowed to do this. They're rising the prices of X, Y, and Z. And he said, fine, take away their license. It was almost like, that's it. Next, what's next? He said, if they do that and they get caught, take away their license. End of, just wanted to move on to the next topic. That was it.
Dictatorship?
Putin. Well, this is the point. The reason China, as much as I said, the China virus, as much as the Kung Fu came from China.
Kung Fu? These men are so disrespectful.
It was I don't care.
Bad.
I found out. That's it.
That is so bad, man. The Kung Flu. What do you mean us to say? It's like he just didn't even, they're calling it Kung Flu. Okay. Like he didn't even acknowledge the fact that there was something wrong, man. Trump is the next level of madness. Anyway, this go. Get what you say.
They can only do what they're doing because they're a dictator. Well, I said it last week. They can only do what they're doing because they're dictators. Russian, again, you can't believe anything they're saying.
They're saying they have got no cases or something like that.
Like hardly, and Russia's massive.
Well, it's right next to China.
Look on the map and see how big Russia is.
It's right next to China.
And they say got no cases. The only thing is nobody goes, who's going to Russia? So that's the only thing you can say. Who's going to Russia?
People that's going to do business. Probably people flying in Russia to do business all the time, and they've gone to China, they've gone to Italy, they've gone all of these places. But so we know North Korea, what they're doing there anyway. So we've already discussed that.
So the thing is, you need, because Boris is trying to be, especially with leaving Europe. So Boris was on the thing of, we're leaving Europe because we don't like this being force fed, these rules pushed upon us by these people on high. You have to do this. You have to do that. You know, you must follow these rules. And we as a sovereign country can't make up our own rule. Like, no, you must follow it. So once you've left, you've got this thing in your head of, we are, we're our own people. We're Brits. We can do what we want. So he doesn't want to tell the British people, you must do this, you must do that. Because in France, in Germany, some of these countries, the lockdown is harsh. Like, if you get caught outside, you're not allowed to go outside for anything but walking your dog and exercise or going to the shop, whether it's the chemist or to buy food. If you're going to the chemist or to buy food, you need some sort of note or something. I don't know how that works. If you're exercising, you can only exercise within a certain distance from your house. So you can't go to the park or drive to the park or whatever. You must be, if you're in a car, you must be by yourself. So this is France, it's so what they're looking it down. Down. Boris does not want to do that in the UK. And it's like,
you can't. But even the UK people over in those countries are misbehaving. Do you not see them when there was in Benidorm or one of them places there?
Yeah, but
and they've been telling you to lock it down, and it's there where we come on holiday, we're having a holiday. UK people have no respect for nothing.
Well, for it to be contained, you need to contain it.
They have no respect.
So what do you think is going to happen if he says
lockdown?
Yeah.
People are still going to be outside. Okay, we was discussing something earlier about Chip and I was saying about Lethal B. All right, so Chip did almost a little bit like kind of what I did, but his one was a bit worse because he went to go and was hugging his grandma and all this type of stuff. So you got people like that who are saying, he's openly saying to people, go and visit your grandparents, go and visit your people. The people are trying to stop you from seeing your elders. Don't let them try and separate you from your elders. And people are like, what kind of madness is this? They're obviously trying to stop you from killing them. Why are you going to go hug her up and blah, 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 blah? Social distance, yeah?
Did you record it as well?
What?
Him going to his nan's?
No.
Right.
But Lethal B now.
Yeah, what did Lethal B do?
Lethal B went to have a full-blown Corona party. So he had a party with bare man in the house, bare gal in the house. Some of them wearing masks. He's going around spraying things in their hand. And you know what? I don't agree with you having a party. I don't agree with it. But if you want to have that party, that's up to you. Why do you have to then Insta live it?
Because that's how you live life, bro.
Why does everybody need to know that you're doing this party? So what people are now, because he was getting it online. He was getting it. And people are like, you think that this is if you're going to all stay quarantined in that house and chill out in that house, that's fine. But you're not all going to come out and whoever's got what is going to start giving it to the rest of the world. And that's what people seem to not understand.
But that is not what people don't understand. This is my point. I'm actually not worried that I'm going to get it. And even if I do get it, I think I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I'm lucky. I'm lucky enough.
You got asthma?
I'll be cool. Yeah, I have asthma, but it's very mild. So, but whatever. I just think I'll be cool. Right? Not that I shouldn't be cautious. I should be cautious. But I'm more worried about everybody else. So when I went to my aunt's and I was in that other room, it's for her sake, not for mine. I wasn't worried about catching it from her. But people are not thinking about this.
They need to think, man, because those things are just very, very, very ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. To have a full-blown corona party and you're there if you're using anti-sanitizer, that means you believe something's there in the first place, or you wouldn't bother. So why are you doing it? And you're doing it. I don't know if the party was scheduled or planned because it was I don't know. But he was calling it, the people call it the corona party. Even, as much as I like all of these, quarantine, Insta lives.
Yeah. Don't say anything bad about these house.
No, they're good. But if people are telling you you're not supposed to be around each other, why are you around each other?
Hey.
Well, big up Pioneer them, man. I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that Spoonie one. Heavily enjoyed it.
DJ Spoonie, British DJ legend, had a house party. No, a house session.
Yeah.
And was it about? I don't know how many DJs it was.
It was Spoonie.
Yeah.
It was Pioneer and it was Master Steps.
So 3 DJs and an MC, and so the missus logged on. She was watching it. I'm never on Facebook, so
no.
So was it Facebook Live?
Yeah. Simple's the one that alerted me to the situation.
Yeah, and so Nana, shout out Nana. She did the thing as well. So everybody was on her page, because when I was commenting, it was on, because I'm never on Facebook, I didn't even know they did this now. So if you tell people to come and watch this stream and you comment, it's like only your people can see this thread. There's 2 threads now. So there's a thread that everybody sees and the thread that just her and her friends can see. I was like, so I'm writing comments and he's reading stuff from his phone. I'm like, well, so I don't see the stuff that he's reading, but then I went to the live thread. I was like, it's a whole different thread there.
Yeah, man.
That's how Facebook is changing. Anyways.
Pioneer, my DJ forever.
Pioneer played Rambo. In fact, let me play Rambo for you. For people that
pushing the sound of the energy, I expect to blow for the massive O for the ladies, and no way. E with the energy. Rewind. Big up Spidey G. I wish Spidey was there. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I wanted Super to be there. You know, at school, some man at my workplace about Super D. He was doing some work late nights, innit? And he usually plays. He plays some like little house mixes and stuff that he gets from Spotify. In fact, he's got there's one wicked house mix. Have you heard it? Where it's like a house and garage mixtape, yeah. But it's like when they did like Jay Dilla thing where they did with the violins and whatnot. And everybody, the orchestra, they got a house version of that, a house and garage version where they do all the house and garage songs, with using the orchestra, and some people re-sing the songs and all that type of stuff, like the original songs. It's wicked. So he was playing that. He's been playing that a couple of times. I said, you know what? So he's always playing, like, when the music comes, it's always him that plays it. I said, you know what? Let me play something. I played him some Super, bruv. I went to the SoundCloud archives and bought out one Super D, one mix that he did, one old school 95 house and garage. Bruv, it was bad. And I said, this is my DJ.
Shout out Super D.
Him and Pioneer back to back as my favorite. They will always be my favorite.
Shout out. And it's mad that, like, we grew up around them.
Yeah. They will always be my favorites. The 2 of them back to back always be my favorites.
It's mad. I love their friendship and
yeah.
And it's unfortunate because they were of all the weekenders and festivals.
Yeah, they had one, innit?
They had one, and that's the one I was looking at. Is like, if somebody had brought it up, like, do you want to go? Because that was an old school one. It was like a 90s thing. So
I looked at it hard, and I said, I feel like I should go to this thing,
That's the one that is like, so old school people, we're playing old school music. And
the man that would have been there.
For somebody else, it might be old school, but for me, it's not old school. That's my time.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'm going to be dancing to funky and proper 90s rap and what I like, and R&B.
It was a proper.
So it's like, hold on, so it's just basically just good music. I'm gonna party with good music with people that are big people, like
Kanye.
big people. So they're not gonna be there like looking to cause any trouble or anything like that. So it's like,
You need to try and get them on the show one time. I always say I'm going to get them on. I'm going to get them on one time.
Yeah,
You probably would have been best to get them on this type of time.
I love it when I see Pioneer on road. Hey. We told us. This is Rambo. And it's, I don't rave anymore. I've retired from raving. I retired from raving 10 years ago. So I've never heard this in a club.
You never heard this in the club?
No, because I don't go to clubs. And I'm...
Even I've heard this in the club.
Which club were you going to?
How long ago did you say this came out?
It'll be a few years old now. About 2 or 3 years old. This was published 3 years ago. Just under 3 years ago.
I'm pretty certain I've heard
It's
this.
about 3 years old. This is my favourite house song in the last 5 years. South Africa, big yourself up. And he played it and I started jumping. And it was just as I picked up her tablet and I turned it up and Pioneer came on. I was like, yeah, Pioneer, my brother. And then this was the first song he played. And then the DJ's like, yeah, big up. He started shouting at other MCs and he said, Peeny Pani.
They gave Mark blood.
I was just...
Gemini.
Oh, man.
You know what, house music, I'm telling you, house music can cure everything. It can cure everything.
Oh, listen to this.
It can cure everything. Anything that's going wrong in the world, put on house music, it can cure it. Look at this.
I love this so much. I can't.
You know what, house music can cure everything. I've been saying this. It's one of them things there that if you can,
Brother.
if you feel bad, if something's going wrong with your day,
Brother.
a good house tune can bring you right back up again.
Brother.
Cure your spirit there.
Brother. Listen to this. Listen to
My
this.
house.
Listen to this.
Neighbors make my house. Every time I hear this song, I think of Dog Canyon. Shout out Dog Canyon.
I don't get people that don't like house, you know.
There's people that hate house as well. Well, I probably hate, but it's because of the repetitive beat in it. And everyone likes the repetitive beat.
This is life.
For you, for other people, it's just noise. It's like trance.
Yeah.
I can't listen to trance music all day. I'll be like, what's this nonsense? But for the other people that's on E or whatever, that's life. I can't just keep playing music. But I'm feeling everybody trying to do this little community thing going on.
Yeah,
where
so
everybody's doing lives. I see DMD are doing a live podcast today at some point.
Is it?
Yeah, they'll do like a live Insta stream podcast.
We could have done one too.
It's true, you know. So everyone that's doing these things to try and, you know, bring up the social mood and on whatever. I salute you all, man. All the celebrities that's doing all
You
these.
wanna go live?
No. All the celebrities that's doing all this, you know, they're doing all the bits and bobs where they're doing all that mini videos and whatever. I see that Wonder Woman did one. People hate that woman.
Who's Wonder Woman?
Galbert or whatever her name is.
Yeah, but yeah.
Because of the Palestine situation.
Yeah.
People hate her, boy. So when she did it, people was just gunning.
Yeah, but that was just rubbish.
I didn't even know what she did.
It was a bunch of... She collected a bunch of celebrities to sing Imagine, the John Lennon, you know, the John Lennon song. And so they all sung a little bit and somebody edited together where you went from one celebrity to another celebrity singing a line from the song. But it was rubbish.
Well, it is what it is, isn't it? People are trying.
And then it's like, come on, man. Like, this is not what we need. What are you doing? What are you doing? Like, what is that? Is that helping anybody?
People are doing everything. I see Steve Martin today was playing his banjo on whatever social media I think he had, and they put it on Twitter. Because I always see it on Twitter. I never see the things on Insta or whatever they are. So, yeah, a lot of people are trying their best. But I was saying today on Twitter that when this thing finishes, when this lockdown is over, we should all, like, people that are from London, people on the timelines, whatever, we should all go and play a massive game of rounders. Or something, man. Go and do something outside together where everyone can be social and can enjoy themselves and have fun. I'm hoping that this stops all of the crime. I hope people that say, you know what, I'm just happy to be out. Don't want to be stabbing, man. Nothing. I just want to be out now, enjoying life. I don't know.
Yeah, for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then it goes back to where
and then it's back to making that money, especially for those who lost it.
Yeah, boy, there's a lot of people.
Think of all the roadmans that can't shut their stuff.
I want to say, obviously, some commiserations to anyone that's lost their jobs during this period of time, because there's people that's losing their jobs, and the people that are. I want to say, congratulations to the contracting massive that I've had this big U-turn with this IR35 business. You know about IR35, yeah?
Yes or no? Go on.
Right, so IR35 is basically they've made a change in the tax things. Whereas before you used to give out your tax, you tell them how much you're getting paid, you do your taxes normally, and then they'll take out the normal amount of tax, right? With IR35, they've like put in like a particular clause now where I don't know how it works, but the businesses now are getting taxed more to have you basically as a contractor, and that now means that you are gonna get taxed like 50% of your salary. Like they're saying that it's all like a lot of people I'm talking to are saying it's like 50% they're gonna tax me, and you're gonna be taxed more than most people would get taxed when they've got normal jobs, yeah. But obviously the perks that you have with your normal job is that you get paid for having holiday, you get paid for sick days, you get paid pension, they're not getting all of this stuff, and now they're gonna get a disgusting tax. So basically it makes it not worth being a contractor, because you can get sacked whenever you want, and the pay that you thought you was getting that was massive before is now been deducted greatly because you're paying a higher rate of tax than everyone else. So they put that in place. I think it started maybe like a few weeks ago, maybe even like maybe not more than a month, I don't reckon. But now they've done a U-turn and suspended it for a year. So all the contractors are saying, woohoo. So the men that were winning £450 a day, they're all loving it now because they can stack their chips for another year again. Yeah, so there was a lot of people that was very happy. People in the banking world, people in the government jobs, there are a lot of contractors working those types of areas there. So big them up anyway. You know, they're gonna make their money again for a year. I was teasing them, man, as well. When I came in the next day, they were like, aha! Because they was like, you see? You was teasing us. Look at us. We got our money again. I was like, you know, jokers, man.
These people make too much money.
They make a lot of money. A lot of contractors make a lot of money.
I'm trying to think like what I would do if I earned that much. If I was earning a lot, I'd be so rich.
I would be making. Find a way to spend it.
Not me, man.
All right. You still have to pay tax though. It's not like you're not paying.
Yeah. But if I was earning, let's say 3 times what I'm earning now, so I don't earn whatever. But if I earned 3 times what I'm earning now, I'd be making money.
Contractors are not earning 3 times what you're earning.
Sorry?
Not a lot of the contractors are not earning 3 times what you're earning now.
Do you know what I'm earning?
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
You know, my mum and daddy thought I earned the most.
Did they?
I called my wife. Whenever I'm on break at work, I'll call my wife. Yeah, if she's at home.
That's the propaganda. You see?
What's that?
That's Daily Mail there.
Okay. So I called her and she was with my mum and dad. So I'm telling them hello, and then she's like, "Oh, you're always working." I'm like, because at this point I hadn't seen Daddy. I think I said it on the podcast before, and I hadn't seen him for a month, which is not normal for me at all. And he was moaning in the back. You haven't come here for a whole month. I'm like, look at me, I'm at work, I'm always working. What can I do? I'm at work, and when I'm not at work, I'm tired or I've been busy. And I said, well, this is how I get to do what I'm doing, innit? And it's like, yeah, you're making all that money, you know. And I don't know how it got to the point of earning more than you and my sister. I was like, no. She's like, I thought you earned more than them. I said, no, they earn more than me. She's like, eh? I said, yeah. She said, I thought you earned 100 grand. I said, what? I said, Mommy, what are you talking about? I said, they earn more than me. So she's like, so why is it you that's always gone on holiday and doing this and that? I said, I don't know what these people are doing with their money, Mommy. I don't know. I don't know. I said, you know what I'm like with money, Mommy, innit? I'm a legend. When it comes to money, I'm a legend. But I don't earn what they're earning. I wish. No, I'm the small change. But end of the day, we're still doing all right. God bless the children. We're still.
Oh, it's right.
No, the children of Mummy and Daddy.
Oh, okay.
I took a breath. Sorry.
I was thinking, you're not even allowed to take a breath now. But people look at you different now when you take a breath.
God bless us. In fact, actually, you know what? This Sam Zill dude as well, because he's the son of an immigrant. His parents were Polish Jews, and apparently they left on the last train before the invasion of Poland.
Oh wow!
The dad apparently, anyway, it's a long story. You can listen to his story. I think he says it all the time. So they left just before it got peak, and they came to America eventually after traipsing around Europe and trying to get away. So they came to America. And then he's saying that his mum and dad basically was like hustle. He became a lawyer.
Real hard.
He said he was a lawyer for like a week because but he had to do something. They said, we didn't come here for you to do nothing. And he's basically said it's the, what's the word I just said? The immigrant mentality.
Yeah.
But then he mentioned, the person that was interviewing said, I'm the son of an immigrant as well. I can relate to everything you're saying in terms of the parents saying, you know, you must do this. You come here to study. We didn't come here for fun. We didn't come here for jokes. We came here to make a better world for you. And then he said the same thing that we've been saying, but in our case now, we kind of like made it. Our children are children of, in this case, America. Like, what is it? They don't have the immigrant mentality. I can't tell my children the same thing that my parents told me. And he said, basically, the only thing I can pass on to my children is just do the best at whatever it is you're doing. Fortunately for them, you know, they have the finances to choose to do whatever it is they want to do, but I still press on them to be the best at it, or the best that they can be. But that's all I can do. And I was like, I don't want to lose that immigrant mentality.
Do you think you got immigrant mentality?
No. No, because if I did, I have all I've said it all the time. I have all the tools to be
a contender.
Yeah. There's no reason for me. I have the opportunity, I had the avenue, I have the intelligence, and I have the physicality. I'm not limping. You get me? I got everything I need as a foundation
to make it.
I don't have the mentality though. I don't have the hustle. My heart is in like family. My heart is in art. So if you give me, you can create this piece of art and sell it or keep it or that kind of thing, you'd be like, well, I want, it's sentimental. It means something to me, blah, 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 blah.
You're not looking to, your whole thing is not about money. Your whole thing is about happiness. You chase happiness. In fact, I don't think you chase happiness enough, because if you chased it enough,
I've got happiness.
Yeah, I think if you were chasing happiness, you would be rich by now.
No, but I'm happy. What do you mean?
Money. Happiness.
What do you want?
Money.
Yeah, money's
money brings happiness. So,
but the thing with me, because I'm risk adverse, I take my time. So once I clear my debt, then I'm gonna start on the poker tables again. Like, I can play poker now. I can learn to trade and start doing now, because clearly now is a good time to do it. Man, yeah, true. But that would mean dipping into money that I just don't feel comfortable dipping into, because I understand, just like what I was saying with this dude, all I look at is the worst points, and it's okay. So for instance, this is it's just come all free circle. It's just come round now. The reason that, because I'm alright with poker. When I play poker, I win. I'm always up, but I'm not willing to lose money. So I have money if I go into my poker stars and open my account, I got, I don't know, £8, £90 is just sitting there, because I don't lose money, I win. But I play for peanuts. I've always played for peanuts. For me, it's like, I don't want to play for peanuts. I want to make money. I don't play poker for fun. I play for money. I can't afford to play for big money. So and the situation I'm in my life now, playing on $10, $20 tables, earning $100, it's like, it's a waste of your time. It's a waste of my time. Yeah. I could be playing my daughter. It sounds peaking it, but that $100 it would have taken me 3 hours to make. It's a waste of my time. Man. So
yeah, I heard that, man.
So what, you get to the point where once I can afford to, but I know that to win that $100, I put in $10 or $15. I can afford to lose it.
$10.
But I can't afford to lose the $100 to make the $1,000, which if somebody's telling me you can make $1,000 and you're sitting there for 3 hours and you have to tell your daughter, look, watch the TV, stay on the tablet, I'm busy. I could do that if I have to. $1,000 a day, I could be earning. Why not? After coming home from work or before going to work, that could happen. But I can't afford to lose that $100 a day, maybe 3 days in a week. I can't afford to do it. But once I step up and my debt is cleared, then I have all this extra money that I was putting towards debt that I can now put towards this thing. So I will be able to do it. But my point is, I haven't lost money though. Stav, you never actually lose money. You've never been in the minus. So why don't you just do it? Because I look at the worst case. And because I can't deal with the worst case scenario, i.e. losing money and putting myself into more debt, I don't do it. When I'm got the disposable income and it's like, well, Stav, every month you have £500 to play around with. If you lose it, you lose it. Your bills are still paid. You're still saving. You're still putting money towards your
bills are paid.
You pay the bill. You pay the bill. Everything is still patting up. £500 would help you, or it's play money. Like, you can't get clothes or trainers. You get me? You can't. You're not gonna go on holiday this week. Or this month. You're gonna play poker, or you're gonna buy some trainers. You're gonna play poker, or you're gonna take everyone out to dinner. It's like, what do you want to do? I was like, well, I'd rather gamble the money, because you
could potentially make money.
Yeah. So that is, I realize now that is my way of thinking. It's because this man articulated it like that, and I've never really thought of it, but that is part of my life. So in terms of the dating thing, to go back to that thing again, when you're dating, you just look at the worst things. Is this person? What is the worst potential thing with this person that I see? You need to be able to see it. If you can't, if you have no foresight, then tough luck for you. But if you have some sort of foresight, if they smoke and it's like, I'm not a fan of smoking, but maybe I'll do. It's like, no. What's the worst? The worst is that they're still smoking when they have a child or you get pregnant, and then your child gets cancer or they get cancer. That's the worst. I can't. No. Latest. No.
So
that's not going to deal with you.
Risk versus something. Okay.
Stuff like that. Anyway, so that's that. Before we go on, just to go back.
Go on to what?
I don't know. The quarantine online party. #quarantine online party. That was the South African one.
Okay.
By, it says Shimza. I don't know if I'm saying it right. It's Shimza. Anyway, that's how it's written. It's spelled how it sounds. That one, shout out Lips. She tagged me. And she like, you need to watch this. It was like a 8 to 12 hour.
It was mad.
Marathon.
It was too long, man.
I've downloaded most of it actually. I need to send it to MP3. Maybe that's a bit bait. Listen, I put it on. I was in the shower. I had it in the speaker in the shower. I nearly cried. This DJ was playing house that
Always nearly crying.
Music takes me to the edge.
What's wrong with you, man?
What's wrong with that? This is what gives me pleasure.
Gives you joy. Fair enough. Well, we need to look for what gives us joy.
What have you been doing on your phone?
At this moment in time.
There's only 2 of us. You can't just be on your phone, you know.
Well, at one point, I was looking about my security camera alerted me to something, so I'll see what the hell was going on there. Other time when you started talking about your credit score, I was looking at my credit score.
Are you being serious? You're recording a podcast.
Everything you're bringing up is making me look at something, and then I was just looking at to see if there was anything for us to discuss further.
Your credit score good? You good? You good?
I'm good.
You good?
It's good. Not excellent, but it's good.
What do you use?
Expedient.
You just got a free account now, innit? It's all free now, innit?
Yeah. So that one's decent. So I was alright with that. It's gone up, so I'm glad with that. But it went down for some reason. I have no idea why it went down. But recently, my credit cards, they've just given me money, man. Every time I look at my credit card, they've given me more money. They don't even tell me anymore. Just add money to my credit card. I'm like, eh?
They will. They have to tell you.
Well, I don't remember them telling me I just seen more money.
They will send you a letter saying that if you don't say anything, we're going to increase your credit by.
I'm terrible at opening letters. Like, if there's one thing that I do that's terrible, I just do not open letters.
You have to, man.
That's like if it's something important, I'll get an email.
How many credit cards you got?
About 4.
Do you know, if you add them all together, do you know how much you have?
Yeah.
Total?
No, as in how much I can spend?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
You don't know?
No. And I don't want to know.
Why not?
Because it's not reason for me to know. Don't want to be even thinking about that.
Why? Because you know what your finances is like.
I don't know how much credit I'm allowed. I know how much money I'm in debt. That's the thing I've been putting about. I don't care about how much I'm allowed. I know how much I owe them.
I know that. In fact, to be honest, I don't actually know how many cards I have. I don't know if it's 6 or 7 or 8.
Oh God, goddamn!
It's a lot. I had a big debate at work before, man. Because one man I had 2, and he was closing one because it was the Barclay card. It had the free Experian report, and he said he's closing it because they stopped doing the free report.
No, but then that would bring down his credit score.
Sorry, that's what I'm telling him. But we had this big argument, and he's like, "No, it won't." I said, "It's bringing down your credit. It will dip it." But he had 999. His credit score was perfect. Not 998. 999. He had like 6 months left in his mortgage. He didn't need, like, his credit actually didn't mean anything.
It's not going to make much.
It made no difference to him. He was never going to borrow. He didn't use the card. It's like he what did he do? He only got it for a certain reason. The second one. The first one was that it was just there. The second one, he got it for the credit score. Once the credit score, stopped doing it, he cancelled it, or he wanted to cancel it. I told him, just keep it. He was bang on, I do not want to have this card. I said, why? If you're not going to use it, then just leave it. It's like it's been there. Man. It's been there for but that's the point. He doesn't use it. But I said, if you need it for an emergency, it's there. He's like, no, I don't like credit cards. I don't like it. They're not giving me the free thing that I signed up for, so I'm cancelling it. I said, it's going to dink your credit score. He was arguing with me at first, but then he's like, even if it does, it doesn't make any difference. My mortgage is an older man. My mortgage is nearly done. You know, I'm not borrowing any money. It doesn't really make any difference, really. I like having a perfect credit score, but it's not actually making any difference to my life on a day to day. But I was arguing with these dudes, man, because one person who's got a business credit card, and what he does is he buys and sells stuff on, I don't know if it's eBay or whatever. So because to have these business credit cards, you need to be shifting like tens of thousands every few months. I'm like, bruv, we work in the same job. Why have you got a business account? He's like, because, I'm buying bulk stuff and then I'm selling it on thingy. I'll do that on the side. I said, okay, cool. But the rates that they get, because he said he lives on borrowed money. He borrows money
A lot
from
of businesses live on borrowed money.
no. Forget his business. We work together. Remember, he borrows money to pay his bills.
What?
I'm like, huh? So basically, because his complaint was, this was his complaint about my, the rate that they're giving me to borrow is usually really good because he has his business card. But right now it's 3.7%. I said, like APR to pay back on the loans. I said, our mine is usually under 2. He said, how do you get that? I said, cause I got good credit score in it. It's like, yeah, I can vaguely remember 1.6, 1.9. I don't use it in it. So unless I'm transferring, money from one card to another.
Okay.
Yeah. What?
Keep going. I'm just listening to you.
Yeah, but you're pulling on
I'm
these
not
faces.
interested in what you're talking about.
You're not interested.
No, not really.
Well, then let's say something, because if you're not interested, then the people that's listening might not be interested.
I don't
too.
know either. You're kind of the long way to get to the end of the point. So what was your point?
I can't remember, because you need to stop trying to dictate how
I did it. I was listening to you. Then you
for
said
me,
to
it's
me, why
just,
don't I
no,
make a
for
face?
me, yeah, because I could see in your face you're not interested. For me, it's not that you're not interested. I could see in your face something. I didn't even know what it was.
Okay, go ahead.
What was the point? I can't remember the point. The point was that the borrowing the money thing. He's like, no, it got to that point because that was part of the story. But for me, I found that fascinating that he earns enough to live. Clearly, he's got a lodger as well in his house.
But
So-
he's probably using the money that he's earning to live to.
yeah, but he lives
into his business.
he lives in credits.
Yeah, because of his credit or debt.
In debt. He lives in debt.
Yeah,
Sorry.
because of the business, maybe.
No, he said he hasn't done that for a while because so he was worried that the card might go.
Wait,
because
he might not do that for a while because he's living in debt.
No, he says that's how he lives. He lives. He borrows a big chunk of money and pays his bills, and then he pays off the debt. I'm like, why? Would
Something
you do that?
in his life at one point made him have to borrow that money, and that's the reason why. But we just don't know what it is, and he's not going to tell you, or he hasn't told you.
That was the scariest thing in the world to me.
But that's some people live their life like that. People live in fear, innit? There's people out there live in fear, and that shows us right now. The situation that we're in right now shows you how people live in fear. Like, look at the way that people are stocking up on stuff that they don't need to get because people live in fear. So in that situation there, you're living in fear. He is a fearless person. And he might make a lot of money being that fearless person. It's weird how society and these particular moments in time show you the character that you have. You have the people that are living in fear right now, and you got the people that are fearless. It's just that you got people that are being stupidly living in fear. I mean, both of them, both ways actually. Stupidly living in fear and stupidly living fearlessly. And then you got the people that's in the middle that's trying to just dictate where they're going. And I'm trying to be somebody that's in the middle. Being fearless and living in fear at the same time. Being sensible is what I decide to call it. But sensible is not always the best.
Well, if it depends what you want, because earlier on you mentioned if I wanted to be happy, that I should be. What were you on about?
No, I was saying some people chase the way that they get money is by chasing happiness.
The way they get money is by chasing happiness.
Yeah, they want to be happy, and just by doing something that makes them happy, they manage to find money in it.
Oh. Yeah, if I could live off, but then that would be something like not the podcast. I don't know, something, man, something.
Well, something that
writing. It always comes down to writing.
But then you can easily do that. You can do that now. If you got quarantined tomorrow, I saw Wavy was saying that he's gonna start writing his book. I don't know if he's quarantined or not.
Shout out Wavy,
but
Everyday Pod.
But if you got quarantined tomorrow, you wouldn't write your book. You would start finding something else to make you feel happy.
Right.
So obviously that doesn't make you that happy.
No, I didn't say writing makes me happy, but it doesn't upset me. I'm just good at it. If writing is the one thing that I think, if I was to really sit there and do it, maybe if I was lucky, because I think luck in my life, luck plays a part in everything.
I think I've got that same problem that you, or maybe you don't think of it as a problem, but I've got a problem where I don't actually know what makes me happy. I just know what doesn't upset me, which makes it weird. So it's not necessarily that this thing makes you really happy. It just doesn't upset me. And I live to find the things that don't upset me.
I'm happy. Family makes me happy.
Yeah, but I'm talking about more of a case of on a day-to-day basis, not just family, not every minute family, like something else outside of family. Like hobbies and stuff like that. I don't really have stuff that makes me, because there's people that are out there that are going crazy right now because they can't go to the gym because that's their favorite thing to do. Like properly going crazy. You see that I went past Decathlon. Yeah. In fact, I went in actually to Decathlon the other day. Cause I was looking for football because, football's cancelled and we can't play football. So I thought, you know what? Maybe if the parks are quiet or one of the things are quiet, I'll go and do some shooting practice or nothing. Cause out of one of the worst things I think I'm with shooting. I can shoot. I mean, in football is that I can shoot, but I think I could be a lot better at shooting. So I thought maybe I'll practice in the park or something on my own. So I went to go and look for a football. Anyway, that's here nor there. But this was just the day after they just said that they're closing all the gyms. And people were going mad trying to buy gym equipment because they cannot function without some form of exercise or the gym. So now everybody's trying to find gym equipment to buy for their houses. I saw online, everybody's like, I need the dumbbells. I'm trying to find dumbbells. They're costing, I think people are now putting the money up for gym equipment as well. And people are going crazy out of their mind trying to find gym equipment. Me, obviously, I used to have a gym in my house. So I've got bare gym equipment still. In fact, if I wanted to go around and start collecting all my gym equipment back, I could do it, really, if I wanted to.
Well, it's been parceled out to people.
Yeah, man. But I've still got my dumbbells and I've still got my bar. So to be honest, I can still do a lot. And I got a heavy bag. And my wife just told me that I put the heavy bag in the loft not long ago because one of my gyms has got heavy bags there now and I didn't really need it in the house. But she said, I'll bring it back down. So she's on this thing. So she wants me to bring down the heavy bag.
Yeah.
So I'm going to bring it down again. But yeah, so I can work out from home. I don't really feel that I've already got the equipment.
Are you going to make the spare room the gym then?
No.
You're going to put it back in the front room?
Yeah. I don't want that room to be the thingy. There's stuff in that spare room, but it's almost my training room now. If you bare stuff, it's got stuff in it. And then my other room is my wardrobe.
So why can't the wardrobe be the trainer room? This is how many rooms he has in the house. I have one room for my clothes and one room for my trainers.
I don't want it to have that one.
And then another room for the gym. And then I earn the amount of money. Look at this boy. Look at this boy.
Yeah, but it's 2 lounges. One of the lounges we just don't use, innit? So anyway, well, I'll decide where we're gonna put it. If I have to bring it, and maybe she might want it upstairs, she might want it downstairs. But I think because I use it downstairs because there's more room, so you got to do other things.
Okay, my happiness comes with family. So for you, I don't know what it is for you. You said
I love football. Maybe it's football. I love
watching it,
playing it, and watching it. Both of them. I love playing football, man.
Music.
I used to love music, but it's like music is no longer a passion the same way it used to be for me.
It's changed for me as well. Don't get me wrong. But then that is the point when what happened last night for me when I was listening to the music in the bath, in the shower, and like I got emotional is because it was taking me back to this is like I haven't felt like this in a while. I haven't felt like that in a while where the music, it wasn't one song because a song can move me. Blatantly up to today, I can hear a good song, especially if it's an older one, and whatever. But this wasn't a song; it was this DJ. He didn't even mix particularly well, actually. Because I'm listening back to the thing now. His mixing wasn't even like it wasn't Pioneer level, it wasn't Super D level. But the songs he was choosing, because I haven't heard it.
Selector.
Yeah, he was selecting songs I haven't heard. I'm not sure how big or small these songs are. I just haven't heard them because I haven't kept my ear to the ground
to the streets
on house.
Okay,
definitely. So it's just pure. Beautiful music, and I was like, "This is too much."
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
This is too much. So I got my family, where it was humans, and then my wife and my daughter, and then holidays. I like holidays, man.
Yeah, I like that too, but it's not something I can do all the time. So it's not something that is it's still on condition. I still got to go to work. I still got to do this stuff.
You could go away every other weekend if you wanted to, man.
If I wanted to, but then I'd have to. I'd only be away for a couple of days. What's the point?
To see what are you going on holiday for? What do you go on holiday for?
To enjoy myself, relax myself, and see things. I want to do both.
I don't go to relax, bro.
I go to eat, basically.
To eat.
I love eating, man. I'm abroad, but I love it. Go to holidays and just all inclusive and do what I want.
And then even like, all right, the thing this corona has hit me worse with, so work is not making a difference. I can't see the family or whatever. All right, cool. As long as they're safe, I'm cool. But it's, like I said, the river dance. I had the Sting concert that the wife bought tickets to, so I can't go and see the Sting concert anymore. I was debating going to Alanis Morissette. That's going to be cancelled too. Cinema.
Oh, my days. That's finished me.
Yeah, so it's these are the things where it's
that's
like,
what I love doing. I love cinema.
So for me, I don't need to go to cinema. I can watch the film. And
I need to go to cinema to watch it. I don't like watching films at home.
And I don't even have like a proper setup. I'll happily watch a film on my tablet.
Do you not like, I would definitely never ever life watch a film.
I'll watch film on the tablet.
Oh my gosh.
All day.
I think it's common. It's trash. Watching things on phones are disgusting. When I see people watching stuff on phones, I'm like, what kind of comment are you? It really upsets me. I'm like, why would you do this? Why would you watch especially a big film as well?
I'll watch Blockbuster.
Disgraceful. Disgraceful.
Like Avengers Endgame, midnight showing. I can't replicate that emotion ever.
Well, I want to see it at the cinema. I'm not watching things on the phone.
On your left, in a crowd of Marvel fans that have obviously gone on this journey, 22 film, 10.5 year journey. On your left.
No, cinema's upsetting me. Anyway, Let's wrap this up, man.
All right.
We're just talking now.
Yeah, for those of you that are tuning in this week because you thought last week's one was so good, and yeah, she didn't come back.
Nah, shout her out though. Shout
out Fiona, man. That last week's episode got a lot of comments, like basically like that. Yeah, that woman was on point, and it made me think actually. Maybe it's to the point where it's like we get on not an expert, but an expert. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, people don't know what it's
like when we had Courtney here, and it was
spoke about. Yeah, she'll be perfect right now.
Yeah, we need, but you don't want anyone there because I thought of Courtney. Like, yeah, we need Courtney because Courtney deals with this stuff. That's what she works with. These kind of.
She wouldn't come though because she knows she works with these types of things, so she wouldn't come. So you could have called her though.
Well, I'll see. I'll message her and see what she's saying. I'm not inviting her because we are doing. We are being socially responsible. And we are keeping the podcast to a minimum, which is why there's only 2 of us here. So I'm not going to invite her, but I'm going to ask her, would you come and be around some diseased blacks?
Or you can call her and she can phone in.
That's a point, actually, yeah. Yeah.
All right, anyway. At Big Wahala Insta, at Big Wahala on Twitter. What's good, people? Laters.
Let me play some music. That kind of happened a bit faster than I thought it would. Right. Stavros says this week is listen to this.
What your Stavros says about this?
This is what my Stavros says.
Okay.
You know, what?
Man just gets into the music and just forgets himself, you know.
Listen to it, man. All these quarantine live videos that people are playing. There was a DJ that was when I woke up this morning. Apparently, he's been doing it for 8 hours.
Big them up.
And sorry,
big them up.
He was an American. He was playing old school R&B, kind of stuff that I play. And he had like Michelle Obama. Everybody was on his
feet.
Yeah, and I don't think he was like the biggest DJ in the world. I haven't heard of him before, but it's like for whatever reason, it seemed to be like he just hit it at the right time, the right people, and then just bare celebrities going and like, bruv, thank you, just keep doing your thing. So your man played 8 hours, an 8 hour set.
That's the hardcore DJs. So that's your Simon says. That's your Stavros says.
Yeah, Stavros says is to keep listening to these quarantine Facebook
lives, Twitter lives, or whatever. What's the Twitter one that they used to have back in the day?
I don't know, but shout them out. People want ESN back. If I had to work from home, I would have put it up to the crew, to bring
ESN back. Yeah. If everyone was quarantined, that would be a mad thing, though.
But that would be so much fun.
Very true. Very true.
It would be so much fun.
Okay.
Yeah, this is when I knew that people don't know me from podcasts. I still not a podcaster. People don't know me from podcasts. People still know me as the Facebook group dude.
Yeah, very true.
Because I realized that's where most people actually know me from.
Yeah, because it's thousands of people, isn't it? Anyway,
is there anything else that we have to say? Yeah, shout out to people that are here. So salute and salutations to Simple Simon, to Mr. Wolf, and to DJ Webslinger. Stay safe wherever you are.
Everyone stay safe, man.
Yeah, look after yourselves, people.
Please do. And self-quarantine or whatever you need to do if you're feeling bad, alright?
Don't go to these old people's houses. Send them the care package. Don't go.
The care package that somebody else is going to go and give.
Just drop it in the house and just leave it about your business, innit?
Anyway, if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Whoa. Hashtag ESN Pod. At ESN Podcast on all the social medias. I am at Stavros Bus. He is at Big Wahala. And stay blessed.
And if you ain't saying nothing, say it well.
Slack for life.
I hate doing that. I hate it. House.
Listen to the lyrics. for life.
We gonna